What's up, Trail and Summit? I'm Brian with Cascade Custom Vans. This is a new 2020 Promaster 2500, 136-inch wheelbase. We just built this one out. Let's head out of the shop. Let's have a look. All right, so up here in the overhead, we have a Lagoon table mount. And this is an aluminum leg system made right here in the US of A. Super efficient, lightweight. This is a track system in it with a little handle in here for tightening and closing it. So you'll slide it down into these brackets on the side here if you guys can see that. And this just slides into that track. Loosen it a little bit. Get it to the height that you want it. Set that. You pull the handle out, swing it down, and you can continue to tighten it that way. And then this just flips and goes right on top. Just like that. Adds a good bit of counter space, desk, whatever you need it for. Moving to the kitchen here, guys, we have a live edge maple countertop on this. We have some real deal tile on the back as well, some hex white there. Pull down kitchen faucet with a spray nozzle, has a steady stream and the spray feature. Drop in cutting board in the sink. This is a 13 by 13 stainless sink. Underneath here we have a 7-gallon fresh and 7-gallon gray water tank, as well as an additional 7-gallon fresh to swap this out. We use a quick exchange system here. So you just pull that quick disconnect, that pops off. You can swap your tanks, plugs right back in, you're good to go. Over here in the kitchen, we have an induction cooktop. This just pops out, plugs in up top here, stores away when not in use. Down below here we have an isotherm 3 cubic foot fridge with freezer. Freezer is right back here. Super efficient, quiet, stainless steel finish on that. We also added some undermount lighting for workspace here in the kitchen on a dimmer system. Then we also added some accent lights down below on the toe kick on dimmers as well. Moving back to the bed area here, we have a full-size dual-density memory foam mattress, Pendleton bedspread on it, overhead cabinets throughout, go to the front and the back. All of our cabinets have hydraulic gas struts on them to keep them open and assist with the open, as well as magnetic catches on them to keep them closed when you're on the drive, on the fly. So in this van we have our staple ceiling here. This is clear vertical grain Doug fir, harvested right here in Oregon and milled. Drop slatted, gives it that kind of deep look to it, sexy. Fan, we have a 7500 Max Air Deluxe. Has the remote control. You can open it and close it from anywhere in the van. You can drive with them open. When it's raining, snowing, what have you, Mother Nature's happening outside, they can be open and exchanging air. Ventilation is huge in a van, and they're the best. All right, so for wall finishes in this van, guys, we have real tile for this backsplashes here. We have a system where we isolate the panel itself. Chatter resistant, shock resistant. These stay forever. In the back and the other side of the van here, we have tongue and groove with the whitewash on it. So some more features here about this van, guys. We have an access door in the bulkhead to access the garage. Pass through there so you can grab gear and whatnot in the middle of the night. Or if it's raining, you don't feel like going outside, you need to access something there. So bench here doubles as the toilet cache. So we have a Thetford cassette toilet here. This is a chemical-based toilet. And basically how this operates is you add the chemicals that you need, whether you choose to use it, this is brand new obviously, whether you choose to use it for number 1 or number 2, you add the chemical set you need. It also loads with water and has a battery pack so that you can flush it with this button here. It has a fill gauge on it so you can tell when it's empty or full, time to empty it, all that stuff, reload your chemicals. Operates on AAA batteries there. Little flush mechanism on the side down inside there. We also add this little leg pull here so that you can sit comfortably and use it. Pop this back in when it's not in use. Looks like a regular old bench. Door features here. We have a nice tribal fabric. This is a wool fabric here out of the Northwest. We wrap our door panels in this and throw accents throughout. Adds a nice touch. Also we have the CL Lawrence T-vent window for the slider, extra ventilation, keep air moving in here. Condensation, moisture is your number 1 enemy in vans. The more ventilation you can have, the better. Close that back up. Up here in the cockpit, We have swivel seats for the passenger and the driver. Again, the lagoon mount for this option here. We also have a lagoon bracket on the toilet seat bench as well. So that pretty much wraps up the inside. Let's take a look at the garage features as well as the rooftop deck, awning, and all the good stuff outside. All right, guys, so checking out the back of the van here, what we call the garage. Underneath the bed, plenty of storage. This houses our power system, as well as an electric outdoor shower. Right underneath it here. This is a 2.5 gallon EcoSmart electric hot water heater. That's powered by a 3,000 watt Renogy inverter. So shower and all of our AC outlets are powered by a 3,000 watt Renogy inverter. Inside the box here, guys, we have 3 120 amp hour lithium iron phosphate batteries. That totals us up in parallel, the way they're set up, for 360 amp hours of battery power. And beyond this panel right here, we have a charge controller. This basically organizes our solar power from our array up top, gets a nice and clean single file, so to speak, and puts it into our battery bank. And then from the battery bank, our power is distributed to all of our DC electronics and accessories up front and throughout the van. Our lights, our fan, our fridge, all that good stuff. This just handles your AC power stuff, so your 110 or 120 volt, your plug outlets essentially. Right, little Fiamma awning, stash away here for the lever to open that up. So the back door shower here, this pulls out just like so. Attaches to this door right here. You power up your inverter, it's on already, and then you just plug in this hot water heater. And this will cycle up, get your water super hot. Flip the switch here. Hear the pump run. It's filling the system, good to go. Shower head's ready to rumble. Three settings on the shower head. You got the jet, both, shower. All right. So it's always a good idea to drain your shower head when you put this away, to stow it for driving. The line and the head itself will hold water in it, so it's a good thing to get it downhill of your pump before you tuck it all away and plug it back up. So at this point you may have noticed the flooring in here with some lights shining on it. This is a laminate vinyl plank, 100% waterproof, super durable, highly resistant to temperature changes. This stuff has come a long way in the last decade or so. We put this in all of our vans. Good stuff. Lights. Right. So for some fun exterior features, you guys want to follow me up top? All right, guys, we're up top on the rooftop deck of the Luminesce rack that we have on this van. Right here in front of me, we have 3 100 watt panels of Renogy solar. These are set up in parallel. That gives us 300 watts of solar total to power the battery bank down below. We also have some crossbars here for rack storage. You can add gearboxes, a Thule or Yakima rooftop box. And we also have a Fiamma awning on this. This is the 45S. It's about 10 feet in length. It's the perfect size for the 136 wheelbase. From above here, this is the Max fan, the 7500 Deluxe, just from above here. For those of you who are curious, Luminesce, this is all welded out of aluminum. Keeps it super lightweight, yet super durable. So this setup, it's pretty easy to get put together if you do it in pieces. The best way to do it is, pardon the wind, it might be a little choppy right now. Best way to do this is to have a forklift or a hoist. If you don't have your hands on that, grab a couple buddies, maybe like 5 or 6 of them, and muscle all this up here. The rack itself weighs about 200 pounds. You're probably adding about 50 pounds with the solar, and the awning is probably another 80 pounds itself. So it adds up, definitely, as you add more gear to it. Again, forklift it, hoist it, or muscle it with some buddies. All right, guys, I'm going to show you how to open up the Fiamma. This is the F45S, as you may see right here with my excellent pointer. So you just cock this guy like that. So this awning has these support arms built into it, so while you're opening it up, it does support itself, keeps it stable in the wind as well. You roll this out, super simple. You can set it up by yourself, which is the beautiful part. And you just lift it. These legs pop out of the latches here. And then you just drop this. Set the height you want tighten it here. Good to go. Boom, you got an awning. Last exterior feature here, we have some black Rhino rims with some all-terrain beefy tires. This is an upgraded rim from the steel stock ones that you get. These are more durable and they just look a hell of a lot better. So, couple quick tips for van life and van building for the do-it-yourselfers out there and those who have vans that are hitting the road already. So from the build perspective, one of the biggest things that you should consider is your electrical system right out of the gate. That's going to be your most technical aspect of your build. The best way to do it would be to basically calculate, you're going to add up all of your draw, so the amount of power that your fridge is going to pull, your lights, your fan, your water pumps, everything in here that pulls electricity and requires electricity, you need to calculate all that. There's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of blogs. Google it. Do your research, put the time in, start your dream early and start there, because that's definitely going to be your biggest hurdle to get through a build. Once you have that figured out, then the fun stuff comes. Then you can lay your van out, tape out your floor. Some people even use cardboard boxes if they have a hard time visualizing it or imagining what the space will feel like. Pull all your measurements, draw everything out on paper, get all your specs dialed for your fridge size, your sink size, everything like that. And then as you build your van, you're going to basically do everything from the outside in, and things are going to be layered. So make sure you're thinking ahead, thinking about your plumbing, your electrical runs, your thermostats, all that stuff ahead of time, and where it's going to be when the build finishes. One other major consideration to take into account with these vans is your weight. So even though we have a live edge countertop on this, it's a thinner live edge countertop. And then if you're having a stove dropped into it, obviously you get holes and stuff like that. Everything adds up, so try to source your materials as thin as possible, yet as durable as possible if you can. As far as materials go and components, for a fully tricked out van, you can spend upwards to $20,000–$30,000 just on materials and components. The Luminesce rack above, for example, was about $4,000. You add an awning, you got about $1,300 more as well right there. So you can really go down the rabbit hole really quickly and add up your cost, or you can build it up as time goes and pick what you like as you go. As far as this van goes, materials and components, including the rack and all your exterior features like the rims and tires, all that good stuff, this one came in right around $23,000. That's a huge price tag for a lot of people. You can definitely do it for less. You can get a basic build for maybe about $10,000 of materials, and that's going to give you a full finished feel similar to this one, but just with some minor bells and whistles taken out of it. Time, as far as time goes, put into this one, this build took about 500 hours of labor. Again, that ranges, depending on if you do it, if you have the time to set aside or whether you're going to do it piecewise over the whole year. Either way, expect to put in anywhere from about maybe 200 hours to 300 hours for a basic style build, upwards to 400 or 500 hours of labor time for a more sophisticated, higher end style like this. Alright guys, thanks for checking out the van. Again, my name is Brian from Cascade Custom Vans. Click the link below to follow it over to our website, see more of our builds and our style. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to Trail and Summit. Tons of awesome footage coming out, vans, you name it, they kill it.